13.
Z dnešní grafy je prostě to hlavní, že prostě nemůžeš trafit na záchod a takové věci, víš. Že to prostě není tak reálné. Samozřejmě ještě chytne, to jsem viděl jenom na mobilu v jedné hře. Prostě když mě honilo 10 zombáků, tak jsem je chcel na záchod, jakože jsem se posral. A postava si mi vzpomněla tak, že ty zombáci mi oběhly a sežrali. Prostě jsem se nestačil ani vysrat. Samozřejmě tohle už je trošku hardcore, jo. Tady tohle. Jako...
A už tady máme fanoušky. Starec. A vás se tady sešlo, kurva, jste čekali? To vysíláme jenom, že hraju teďka s kámoši. A že jsem si udělal kafe, na chvilku prostě. Tak. Se musím jen najít. Tak vás tu všechny zdravím. Kdeže tu seš? Na jakým tom ostrově ty seš? Nebo území?
Já?
Ty?
Já jsem, tyjo, počkej. Já jsem na ostrově Auridon. A Vulcan. Úplně dole.
Chlapi, mám se dobře, udělal jsem si kafe. 3. po dnešku. Tak se mám dobře. Jak jsi to říkal, jak se to jmenuje?
Jo, je to... Ostrov je to, počkej.
Auridon.
Jo.
A nejsi v nějakých katakombách? Počkej.
Ne, jsem na pláži. Potřebuji nakonec mapy, ale potřebuji si docraftit tu zasranou.
Já se k tobě portuji, ty potřebuji do druhé stranu mapy. Ježiš, mě směl říct dřív.
Cože?
To směl říct dřív, že se chceš portovat na druhou stranu mapy.
Ne, nebudu si portovat ještě. Já potřebuji dělat tady questy.
Čekej.
Čekám na pláži, já jdu na molo se projít.
Na molo, počkej.
Na hradbě jako.
Já už vidím, že se tady pohybuješ. Já to obejdu. Počkej.
Jo, já jsem taky rybářit. Tady je. Už jdi za mnou, já to vím.
Co mám nového? Momentálně nemám nic nového.
Co mám novýho? Drogy.
Přemýšlím spíš, že bych už konečně mohl hrát to Aliena Isolation. A nehrál to 4 roky. Ale... Tak, počkej, kde seš?
Já tě vidím. Já mám na druhém monitoru zaplatit tvůj stream totiž. Takže já si tě zaběhnu.
Aha, já jsem tě. Já jsem to trochu přejel. No už tě vidím. Ty běžíš na koňovi, to je dobrý. Ten buk je dobrý.
Počkej, zrychlím jenom.
No vidíš to.
Jo, přemýšlím, že kam půjdu. To ze strany craftění. Ty tady máš nějaký questy, nebo to děláš?
Jo, mám questy a pěkně těžký.
Tak chceš, no do dungeonu nemůžem, tak chceš nějakou instanci udělat? Co máš dělat?
Uděláme the plan, no, musíme to the plan udělat. Jak je na mapě
Úplně v klidu.
Já ti tam naznačím, že to vidíš. Jsi tam viděl teďka.
To Enter Heroes?
Takový modrý modrý kroužek. Kozoj čtverec. Je to tím směrem, jak jsem natočený teďka já.
Jo,
a když si dáš mapu, když dáš pravý tlačítko, tak ji oddaluješ.
Jo, já to vím, jako to...
No a jmenuje se to The Glen. A jsou to katakomby. A je to pěkně těžký.
No tak... Kurva, počkej, já si půjdu questy, kde mi to povede.
Ale je tady poblíž ještě quest.
Tyjo, já mám ty questy na strany.
No ale po cestě.
Když tak mě to šlápni na tu mapu.
Však to tak je?
Já jsem to odznačil.
Jo, to tam označený.
Jo, to dobře vidu. Tak jdem. Na pohodu.
Pohodu. Se tam můžu teleportovat.
Tak se tam portně, já se trávnu za tebou. To je taky udělat.
Tak počkej.
Pro Espláku to určitě zrušili, tady ten travel group.
Kde je nejbližší pozice?
Jo, tak tam musím stejně. Taky.
Počkej, musím na něco kliknout. Stejně na co.
Musíš tam mít tu gateu.
Teď.
Bez ty gatey ti to nepůjde. Už tam seš.
No, asi jo.
No já tam taky pět. Já už jsem tady, no, menší. No. Jo,
Nechoď dozadu, nechoď hlavně k těm. Tam jsou ty hajzly.
3 of my comrades remain. I have
Já to odklikám.
3 of my comrades. The tale consorted. Ulysses pact with in ages past.
Ještě jednou.
3 of my comrades.
Tak, tady musíme jít doprava, jo? A
Počkej,
jestli máš
já-
neviditelnost, tak ji musíš využít. CTRL je skrčení.
Jo, v pohodě. Ne, jako já to
A teďka
mám.
pozor, jo? Nechoď tam. Tak.
Bych je vymlátil. Já mám lektvary totiž, takže...
Ty nevymlátíš ty kostlivce, to jsem zkoušel.
Ne, tak počkat, tam je staré, tu mrdnu
Tak.
to hlavu.
Tak, a teďka bacha, jo? Nechoď moc blízko.
Aby do toho šeli.
Vůbec potom nechoď. Když
Tak
budeme
já
hrát.
hodím styl a nazdar, že jo? Jako
Dobrá.
meč.
Teďka budeš potřebovat neviditelnost.
Nemám, ale já si vím brnění, když tak, kdyby na mě zautočili, já to přežiju.
Taky
Tak a...
chceš? To se mi bude.
Tak jo, já jsem se ekvipnout. Ale počkej, já to tady objevím.
To nedáme.
Já už jsem zpátky.
No já si šetřím ty drahokamy.
Já jich mám.
No. Blbě se sbírají.
Blbě se sbíraj, no.
zkus to prolítnout, ale za to musíš jít doprava pak. Počkej, musíš doleva a pak doprava.
Já bych šel...
Podívej se na mapu. Kudy máš jít. Doleva a hnedka doprava. A tam je další čumek, ale aspoň tam se dostal. Já jsem se tam dostal, já jsem se tam schoval.
Čo, kde jsem?
Ne, on tam nepůjde. Dělá kolečko tady u stolu. A se tam dostanu, ale musím jít tudyma. Oni mě pak zabijou a se tam pak zrodí. Zkus se rychle
Jo, neboj. Fakt to je naho.
Tam je další, co?
Mám dát tečku nebo Rku? Na vaširu?
Počkej. Když dáš R, tak se zrodíš na začátku.
No, že jo, no. Ty už jsi prošel?
Jo. Teďka zdrám. Mě tady zabijou za zatáčkou.
Já bych do toho špajtoval, což já musím nainstalovat Sprite 2.
To nedáme. Tak, takhle jsem to udělal předtím.
Já bych do toho asi šel do toho fightu spíš. Jdu zkusit fight, no.
Chce ještě nějakého hráče prostě. Tam si je potřeba se k tomu blbcovi přiblížit. Se pak zrodí.
Já nalákám tomu rytířovi.
No, ale musíš mu pomoct. Mě pak likviduju. Možná kdybys tady odpoutal pozornost tady těch cucáků. Bylo by to lepší, to bych nechci.
To je na náš level, tenhle dungeon. Totiž.
No jo, ale máš ho hlavně v začátcích. Mezi prvníma level, nebo mezi prvníma questama máš.
Já mám demičák svině a stejně bych je nedal.
Nedáš ty. Co mám říkat já jsem zrovna v takové blbé situaci tady vždycky. No nic, tak chci sil. Musíme to.
Ty vole, to se nedá.
Ty vole, mě vysal život. Ty jsi jako skeletní šampion. Tak udělal jsem to, nebo jsem to neudělal?
proběhnu. Na
Zkus
tvrdo.
to proběhnout. Schovej se tam za roh, pak napravo. To nedáš.
Ty vole. Jo, skoro. Ty vole.
A to se vykašlí.
No já to nejsem.
Tak jak chceš. Kde je ten voják?
Ty vole, hej, ale jo, dá se. Postupně musíš do nich jít, no.
No jo, ale tam ty prchy velký nedáš.
Jo, to by šlo i 5. Vole. Ale nevadí, divé, teď to proběhneme.
Oni se patří.
Ale předběh.
No. Ty to předběhnají.
Ty vole, hej, normálně jsem mezi nimi proběhl. Oni se vraceli. To mě na chvilku sice zrychlí, ale jak oni do mě začali šítat.
To nemá smysl, teď ty kapely.
Asi ne, to musíš asi na většinu nadat. No to byla pítlovina. No, aspoň vím, že takhle to lehký není.
No, aspoň vím, že mě došly šutery na odpověď. Tak mám teď.
Tak já si půjdu tady do těch ruin.
No, jdu sem.
That's insane. If you're here about the property, yes.
Tady ten je těžký, to je fakt hodně těžký. Ale aspoň mám Rko. Overload. To by mohlo být hodně dobrý teď pro nás. Do dungeonu. Já když si vezmu ty 15 a stejně se nemohu urvat.
Yes, I'm still open. At least as long as I have inventory. Sure, I know Varador. Why, his mother's just over there by the targets.
No nic, budu asi muset ještě hodně farmit, abych ti pomohl. Ten dungeon.
I'm sorry, but I don't really feel like talking. I've been trying to find a quiet minute all day. I need to pray for my son. He's missing, you see.
He's what? No! Let me see that! I told him not to join those fools. Why didn't he listen?
He figured out the truth for himself in the end. I can be proud of my boy. That's not enough, but it'll have to do.
So much to do.
Kurva Skyrim. Jo, já jsem dokázal už si nainstalovat spell nějaký, takže jsem silnější, no. škoda, že to Erko instantně nezabít, jo.
Ten král je limán.
Ty pičo.
Ale. Vysílání.
Na mě skočí nějaký dinosaurus, ty.
You're a bold one to approach so fearlessly. Give me a good reason to speak with you. I'll make it seem like you're here at my request. Otherwise, my subjects will think you cut the line and start sizing you up for dinner. How thoughtful. I could hardly turn down such a generous gift, especially with the trouble brewing in Eldenroot. How are you at building embassies? You see, Queen Irene promised one would be built for the Khajiit as a gesture of goodwill. But now a year has passed and there's still no Khajiit embassy. This has led to no end of headaches. Good question. You wish to serve the Camoran throne? You can start by asking Prince Naaman why his people aren't fulfilling their promises. He's the one who seems to have the entire Elden Tree lodged up his flue. I can say that. I'm the king.
Yes? Quickly now. Don't leave your mouth to hang agape. That again? My sister, Queen Irene, foolishly committed to build the Khajiit an embassy months ago. Everything was to be handled through Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy. No, you don't get to question me, not after you slew High Kin Lady Estri. Do you think I'm one to have a chat with the person who killed my wife? That will break out the Sylphmead and share a good laugh? Then I shall return the favour. Address all further inquiries on the matter to Ambassador Tarinwe. Good day.
You're not one for waiting in lines, are you?
Get yourself a drink, and one for me.
Shalador found you. Good to see you again. I've deciphered the spell inside the book. Are you prepared for Sheogorath's first test? Excellent. It's been fascinating to work with Shalador. Even though he can't read the book, he's been an invaluable resource. I had to decipher layers upon layers of meaning hidden within the tome. Yes, speak with the Archmage. He's meditating on the challenges ahead. I'm still somewhat drained from my effort, so he'll open the portals to the Shivering Isles for you. Auriel, watch your steps. I'm very excited about this project. Shalador's sanctuary would be a boon to every mage in Tamriel. Even Guildmaster Vanus approves of our work here. I'm so glad you asked. On the surface, it's a simple book of nursery stories from the Dunmerland of Stonefalls, but that's just on the surface. So much more. Each story has hidden meanings, clever references to arcane lore, twisting and turning into the depths of history. It was fascinating to fully unlock the secrets of the book. Sheogorath may be a madman, but he's also a genius. Not much. We tried to scry into oblivion to get a sense of the place. I couldn't see anything, but I was swept up in a strong sense of homesickness. I came of age where most high elves do, the beautiful green shores of the Somerset Isles. I often think of the pink petals and soft breezes of my homeland. I'm not sure why those memories return to me today, though. Of course, Adept. While investigating some ruins for me, you caught the notice of Archmage Shalador, ancient patron of mages everywhere. We're working with him to complete the Mad God Sheogorath's trials and recover Shalador's lost sanctuary. A genuine pleasure. He has a fascinating view of history from a first-hand perspective, and his knowledge of the deeper mysteries is, well, I feel like an apprentice again. Adept, what transpires between myself and the Archmagus is between us and no one else. I don't need to answer your questions or anyone else's. I'm so glad you asked. On the surface, it's a simple...
The brazier is ready. Velost prepared it precisely, according to my instructions, of course. We're having trouble opening a portal directly there, so we created this anchor to help us. Some trickery of Sheogorath's, no doubt. The next time around, I'm sure this won't be an issue.
Ah, right on time. Welcome back. I was beginning to wonder if you'd ever show up. My lord seems to derive amusement from my annoyance. You are here to retrieve a tome for that Shalador person, correct? Just a moment, mortal. Lord Sheogorath asks that you perform a task first, to prove your competence. He claims to have misplaced a pair of items. Items you must recover. A fork and a staff. Please do try to be quick. My lord enjoys making me wait, but he's not very patient himself. I've opened a portal for your convenience. It should lead you directly to the fork. I'd say at your leisure, mortal, but I expect I have more time ahead of me than you do. My lord is certain he lost his utensil somewhere in Skyrim. It was during a visit to his friend Korthor in Voldengrav. That was during the Merethic era, I believe. My lord visited with Korthor a very, very, very long time ago. Really? What do they teach mortals these days? It's an heirloom. My lord is quite fond of it. Has a bit of magic around it too, I think. I don't know. I don't question Lord Sheogorath. The fork excites and synergizes magicka around it. When held in the hand of someone more notable than yourself, it can produce dramatic results. In your hand, it might be suitable for conveying roast beef to your mouth.
This place is known as Voldengrav, the final resting place of Korthor, the Dragon Priest. Tread carefully. Where there are dragon priests, there are sure to be Draugr. No, not to Voldengrav. But Skyrim is littered with ruins like this. Leftovers from the age when dragons and their priests ruled my people. In my younger days, adventuring across the holds, I plundered many of these dank little tombs. You never forget that smell. A dragon priest's tomb. look at the treasures he's collected. Perhaps the fork is here as well. That chest. Perhaps the fork is in there. You do the guild credit with your bravery and dedication, adept.
Asi 50 000 receptů jsem našel.
You dare steal from me! Grit, grit!
Corridors away.
My priest will make quick work. Love did no key.
The shadows move, adept. Watch yourself.
Už pravej Skyrim. Ajajaj.
Já už jsem se dal své. Guiding skill. No magic. Já to úplně nejvíc nepovedám. Jo. Hlavně tam trochu upát. Tady už na velký stream.
Eyes to the sky. Another group.
worthless. No matter. Come, face me yourself.
Já jsem na chvilku rád
There,
z toho.
the ice barrier's down. We can get through.
Já mám zaplet. Já jsem popukoval.
Haha, easy. No, počkejte, co mě čekáš tam? Zatím je to easy. Ale nevím, co bude hlavní boss. Tak, teď to bude zajímavé. Teď to teprve bude hardcarry.
Ah, there you are.
Počkejte, já se tady podívám, jestli tady jsou nějaký itemy. Otevřeli jsme recept.
Ano, je tě slabě počut. Asi nastav mikrofon.
Já ho mám daleko teďka.
No, to...
A sakra, mám takovou.
The fork is mine. You shall not. Dear. Destroy.
Come, mortal. Let's not waste time, shall we?
My tam chybí už jenom pár, aby mohl jít dungeony, takže tajku.
I see you have the fork. Competently done. Impressive even. Now, for the staff. When last we spoke, my lord recalled the discomfort of desert sand. I believe it lies somewhere within Hammerfell, in the dry and decayed hands of Prince Malil. Prince Malil Alakir, the Sith of Yokuda, a formidable warrior in his day. That was over 1,000 years ago, but still.
As I expected, another resting place for the dead. Sheogorath has a sick sense of humor. This is the necropolis, Asakala, the resting place of Prince Malil, also known as the Scythe of Yokuda. The prince's underlings were clever. They crafted magical seals to guard his resting place. Observe the Yokudan statues. Each bears a crystal in the helm and a seal at the base. The essences you see swirling around in the air here, their energy can be used to unlock those keystones. Here, I can grant an aura that will allow you to capture the essences as they pass through you. Collect as many of the small ones as you can. They should unlock these scarab seals on the statues nearby. I'll need to consider the other two. This place is incredible. The ancient Red Guards were a noble and accomplished people. What can I tell you, Adept? Alakir is under attack. You need only to be beneath this. Just so, what sort of archmage? The essences. Imbue them into one of the scarab seals. Good. Now to collect 4 more. My slumber. Final 4. Imbue them into the other seal.
You'll never best my generals.
For such a superstitious, mage-hating people, this place is a work of art. Have you observed the sand barriers on those passages in the canyon walls? I suspect the prince's generals may be waiting within. Their essences would no doubt be more than enough to activate the other 2 statues. Very simple, Adept. The seals at the basis of those statues show a scorpion and a spider. Those were the spirit totems claimed by Malil's chief generals, Sadina and Rashomta.
You'll never reach my lead.
Sadina's statue should have the scorpion seal at its base.
A lucky beast, mortal. The staff is still mine.
My life for Malil.
Rashonta's statue will be marked with the spider seal. Hum with power. Go to the center. You should find the key to Prince Malil's tomb there.
You dare open my tomb? Come then, and feel the scythe's blade! Insect! You will never hold the staff! Never!
I'd guess Haskell will be waiting outside. Let's go. Haskell here again.
Another successful retrieval, I see. Very well, then. I've instructions to have you return to the Isles. My lord would have a word with you. Ah, right on time. Welcome back.
Haskell! Farkey's back! Oh, it's so nice to see him again! Oh, good to see you too, mortal, I guess. Wonderful! I'll just take... Forky. Oh, I've missed you so much, Forky. Let's never be parted again. Ah, the Wabbajack. Melia held it down in that dusty tube for so long. Say, why don't you clear its throat? Take it in hand and use it on some of these holier-than-thou temple types. Ah, no need to worry, you pretty mortal head. The Wabbajack, it unleashes the potential in everyone. The unrecognized essence of artistic beauty that swells and beats within the... Look, this is so exciting! Are you crazy? I just gave it to you, didn't I? Oh, wait, here it is. My mistake. Here you go. This is so... Are you crazy? This is so exciting!
Try not to make too much of a mess.
The Order of the Eye could use your assistance. Daedric relics cursed by Sheogorath have begun to appear throughout the lands. Do you dare defy the mad god and recover one such relic? If you aren't too busy, of course. The embittering muzzle fits over the mouth and jaw of an asylum patient. Its curse causes the rage to slowly build until the patient snaps. The Order tracked the relic to Oridon, near goblins, strangely enough. I don't care to know why they want it.
Haven is free of pirates. Looks like General Endare kicked them out.
Please, listen to me for just a moment. It's very important.
I suppose a wanderer like you wouldn't know what busy looks like. I will demonstrate. Feel free to observe, quietly and from a distance. Oh, forgive my manners. There's so much to do in preparing for Queen Irene's ratification ceremony. Tempers fray, as I'm sure you can understand. But if Prince Naaman sent you, it must be important. What can I do for you? Why would Prince Naaman care about that? If they're too lazy to build their own embassy, can't they afford an inn? Well, of course, I ordered it done. I hired some wood elves to excavate the stone and set aside supplies for Khajiit to use. It isn't my fault if the locals couldn't do their jobs. Check our storeroom. The Khajiit didn't even bother to pick up the supplies. In the meantime, I'm off to locate Prince Naaman. If he didn't send you here with his blessing, I'll see you face Dominion justice. We'll see what Prince Naaman thinks of your impertinent questions.
That's far enough. The storeroom is off limits. Ambassador Tarin weighs orders. She did. That's different then. Show me her orders and I'll stand aside. Then I can't let you inside. Her instructions were very specific. No one gets in without her written permission. I'm to remain at my post until relieved. Except in an emergency, of course. The Khajiits could riot. That would be bad. Very bad. Or a fire, of course. But the chances of that happening are slim. I'm here on the ambassador's orders. I can't leave my post unless there's an emergency. About that much. I'd say that's worth a 5-minute stroll. Be about your business, citizen.
Where is the guard? And what are you doing here? I'd expected you would solve problems at the embassy, not cause them. Do you realize what's happening out here? Oh, never mind. Explain what you were doing in that storeroom. Why would she do that? Oh, never mind. Well, what did you find? Typical bureaucratic corruption. I expected better of the ambassador. No matter. Supplies can be replaced. What about the Khajiit embassy? Did she say why construction hasn't begun? What do you mean, collect stone? That should have happened months ago. They should be ready to build it. I'll talk to the ambassador myself. Put the fear of the Dominion into her. I'm surprised we didn't pass each other on the road. Get to those ruins and find that work crew. I want to know why they haven't done their jobs. I won't have Queen Iren's word impugned by someone else's incompetence.
This work never ends.
May Ariel grant us the wisdom to reconsider our individual desires and concur on a halfway state that best fits all Dominion peoples here in Eldenroot. This is not a time for strength or certainty, but a measure of social kinship.
You there. We need to talk. So you're standing over the body of a dead wood elf. Nearly put an arrow in your throat. Good thing I recognize you. Azerith, I'm Dusk Ranger. We work directly for King Camoran Eredon. Saw you earlier in the throne room. The king had his suspicions about the missing work crew and asked me to look into it. Seems we both have a stake in this. I know enough. Khajiit owed an embassy. They're angry the High Elves are dragging their feet to build it. Seemed like politics until a dozen stonemasons vanished without a trace. The king sent me to find out why. Before the Dominion, King Camoran Eredon nearly lost a civil war. I came to see if the missing stonemasons were targeted by the Blacksap Rebellion. But Blacksap would have displayed the bodies. Not left them as food for Horvor. The king suspects Ambassador Tarinway has been up to no good. Little things, some of her associations. But he can't accuse his allies of undermining the whole alliance. So he sent me to deal with it. Ambassador Tarinway used criminals to smuggle supplies. Never directly, but enough for us to notice. I'm not saying she had these stonemasons killed, but I'd like to ask her myself. Problem is, there's nothing we can do while she's in the Altmer embassy. If she left the embassy, she knows someone's onto her. She'll go to ground, try to flee. Have someone smuggle her out of Grotwood. We should probably stop her. Meet me by the middens at the base of the Elden Tree. I'll be there shortly.
I've done more than hear about it, my dear. I've seen it myself.
Orcs are all about honor and all that, yeah? I don't guess you've run into a big, lumbering brute of an orc in your travels. Named Storg. Was a friend of mine. Emphasis on the was. I'm in a pile of trouble because of him. Maybe you've heard of the rite of theft, a wood elf tradition. If you pull off a particularly clever theft, you can demand payment from the owner for their things. Well, I stole this tree thane's bow, and then Storg stole the bow from me. The tree thane wants his bow back, and if I can't give it to him, he's going to have me hauled in and whipped. Last I heard, Storg was headed toward Vine Death Cave. The tree thane won't let me leave town. Could you look for Storg?
They call this place the Middens because it's where all the refuse ends up. We clear them out now and again, but they always come back. Necessary evil, I'm told. Spoke with someone I trust. She's definitely here. We should get moving. We're not far behind her. Capture her, bring her in for questioning. Find proof she's behind this so Prince Naaman doesn't explode with outrage. Never thought I'd hunt a high elf ambassador. Smugglers, skooma addicts, and more than a few criminals. They keep to themselves, but sometimes they band together to repel outsiders. Kind of like a filthier version of the Dominion. Our goal is to find Ambassador Tarinway before she buys passage out of Grotwood. Staying in the shadows, avoiding unnecessary conflict. That's what I'd do. But there's a lot of ground to search. I'll follow your lead.
Hello there. Prince Naaman sent someone to the embassy. We have to leave before we're discovered.
Prince Naaman? It's too late! For the heavens!
On your feet. You're coming with me.
Why? Where are you taking me?
To King Camoran Eredon, where you'll answer for crimes against the Dominion.
You'll have me killed and served for dinner.
Only if you're proven guilty. And if you are, none of us could stomach you. Now get moving. We're working with you. I'll take it from here. You should inform the king of the good news.
See the world, he said. What a joke.
you've returned. What have you learned of the Khajiit embassy? Oh, good. Nothing I enjoy more than talk of conspiracy. Did the ambassador have a manifesto? They usually have manifestos. No matter. I trust you resolved it. Splendid. I'll allow you the honor of informing Prince Naaman. Why not tell him the duly selected High Elf ambassador was working against the very dominion she pledged to support? I'll sit in my throne and try not to gloat.
I heard what you said to the king. Ambassador Tarinwe, a traitor, my wife's killer, a loyal servant, and I, Queen Iren's representative in Eldenroot, required to thank you for your efforts. Very well. I'll provide no reason to question my duty to the Dominion. We'll interrogate Ambassador Tarinwe until we know the extent of her treason. Then she'll die, as all traitors must. But no matter. Your efficiency in resolving this matter was commendable, and the Dominion rewards its servants. Ambassador Tarinwe's betrayal could not have been more absolute. She knew the details of the ratification ceremony, which puts Queen Iren at risk. It's my sister's own fault. She thought to appease the Sylvanar and the Main by agreeing to this foolish process. The ratification ceremony ends with the orrery, an ancient device beneath Eldenroot. It will divine Queen Iren's capacity to become Empress, or some such. But Ambassador Tarinwe assisted in the preparations. I must assume she tried to sabotage the proceedings. Doing so would make Queen Iren look weak. No, we must proceed. You've proven your competence, so I'll ask you to speak with Melaras. He's an expert on the orrery and knows what must be done. Quite pleasant once you grow accustomed to the smell. The preparations for this ratification ceremony seem endless, but I'm up to the task. She asked how she could prove herself their rightful leader. The Sylvanar suggested the orrery nonsense, and the Main agreed. Of course, neither will be present to see it, yet my sister is held to her pledge. How unexpected. Khajiiti political excuses are impossible to discern. I know the Main will not be present, and that's all I care to know. As for the Sylvanar, he died on Kenathi's roost. Thought he could negotiate with the filthy sea elves. King Camoran Eredan. It's beneath his city, so there's no turning him away. And myself, of course.
Tak si pořiď to State of Decay. Fakt jako příběh luxus.
Please don't mind Prince Naaman. Ambassador Tarinwe's betrayal is a shock to us all. But no matter, the orrery must work flawlessly for the Queen. That's what we will ensure. Enough to be of service. The orrery hasn't functioned as intended for ages. We planned to use some rather delicate magic to trick it into operation. But if Prince Naaman believes there was sabotage, we must look to an alternative method. Why, we'll look to the past. According to conservatives, I researched the heart of a wonderful.
už jako končím se streamem. Díky za sledování, zase někdy budu pokračovat. Já už kolik točím. Takže zatím to loučím a někdy na viděnou. Tak se mějte.